What's going on, world? I had to get the walking, man. Bro, I had the leftover hoagie joint, and it's all right. Maybe I probably underheated it. Like I should have heated it up a little more. Um, Might grab me a coffee on the way to where I'm going right now. You know, what time is it? It's like 9ish. One of the spots I wanted to go sit at, they don't open for like another 3 hours. So I'm like, man, let me go to the other spots open around 10. So we're gonna try to put in as much work in the day as I can. Woke up early, sat around for like an hour, and the reason why I know it's an hour, I sat there, bro. I sat there and basically did listen to some shit for like 40, 50 minutes and some other 10, 20 minute vlog shit. Just tapping in with some people, woke up. Actually, hold on, I gotta think about this for a second. I thought about I had something going on in one of my dreams that was really, I ain't gonna say specific, but it was like it's really vivid, some vivid shit going on. So because it was vivid, I was like, let me sit here for a second and think about what just happened. Because I woke up, it was like 6:55, six something, you know what I mean? Close to 7, 6:50 or something like that, 6:55, whatever. And I'm looking at it, the time, like I could just sit in bed for a second because the library doesn't open until 12, but the one I probably should go to is around 10. So I got time to maybe eat, grab some breakfast, and then maybe some coffee. Just walk on over, get situated. So I brought all my shit with me. I brought the Bluetooth headphones and all that shit just to make sure I got things right. You know what I mean? But man, I'm really trying to remember what happened in that dream. Like that was the interesting. I got to really think about this because I know it was important stuff. Okay, I'm trying to remember. Here we go. It's my memory. There was some birds right there. Birds and the squirrels always, crows and the squirrels always at odds with each other. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to remember. Tony was good. Thank you for dropping in, Tony. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man. Yeah. But now I'm trying to remember in that dream. It was like it was hot. It was like warm for me. You know what I'm saying? It looked like the sun was out and it was warm, and I was like riding on the back of like it was like a two-seater motorcycle. So it was these people that were like, "Yeah, we'll give you a ride." So it was two separate motorcycles, and one of them, my uncle was on it, and he just had this, he had like sweater and all this, he had all this gear on, like the sweater and stuff, because it was like how do you explain it? It was like you get cold when you're on a motorcycle or when you're on the bike, so he had layers on, and I just had shorts and a t-shirt, but I'm sitting there on the little, it's a two-seater bicycle, so I'm sitting in the back, and we end up going somewhere. And then I just see my uncle, and like he shouldn't be smoking, but I just saw him smoking on the side of the building. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm over here grabbing shit in the house. My other cousin comes to pick him up, and people are just hanging out around the house, smoking cigarettes. I'm like, what's going on? So anyway, it felt like a weird dream. Felt like a weird dream. I'll be honest with you. I'm just over here observing it. Like, what do I need to take away from this? JSI, what's going on? JSI, I don't know how to pronounce. Uh, Ezekiel. I don't know if I'm reading that right. Just do it. Hey, you said just do it. Hold on, boom. Got the Nikes on too. Got the Kyries on too. You said just do it. There you go, man. Damn, I gotta blow my nose. I need to grab me, a thing. I think I might grab that coffee just cause. But Lewis 420 and JSI. I'm gonna say JSI. Jasioko. I don't know how to pronounce it. Jasioko. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, bro. Thank you all for dropping in. Thank you for being here. You know. But yeah, I was trying to figure that out, man. When I woke up, this is not that long ago. Maybe like 2 hours ago. About just woke up, was trying to figure out what was going on in that dream, trying to figure out the message behind it. Some spiritual shit, some messages and whatnot. Were these guides? Were these just like people that need to tap in with me? Yeah, that's crazy. At first, I was like, "Why is the car moving so slow?" But the sun is like right in their eyes. But yeah, Gabriella was good. Am I reading that right? Gabriella Johnson. Yep. It's that time of the morning. You know, It's funny because I got a comment from my guy Pele, or my guy JJ, aka Pele, because that's the name of the dog. This dude said, "Go live." I was like, "Damn!" And he's over in the UK, so he on a different time zone. You know what I'm saying? How am I doing? I'm doing all right. I might grab some coffee if they're open. Let me see. Yep, it looks like it's open. Give me my little Americano. Get about my day. You know what I'm saying? All right, here we go. How's it going? Oh, you guys do coffee, right? You guys do coffee, right? Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna get me a coffee. All right, I'll just do a 12-ounce Americano. Yeah. Let me set this down. Any cream or sugar in there? No, I'm okay. Anything to snack on with your Americano? No, I'm okay. Yeah, just that's fine the way it is. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, what's going on with you guys, man? Let me get situated. But yeah, you were asking how I was doing. I'm doing all right, man. I'm not. I ain't hurting too bad. I think the other day, man. The other day I was kind of fluctuating emotions. This morning I did a little bit too. I was fluctuating a bit. You know, just overthinking certain stuff. But nonetheless, things were getting done. I was handling stuff, so just taking the action, making sure things were taken care of in life in general. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing all right. I think I'm doing all right. If that's what you're asking me. I don't know if you're still there. My bad, Gabriella. I don't know if you're still there. Just to address what you were saying in full a while ago. So my bad. My bad. I'll double check this later. Uh, got a repayment and a refund coming in, so I'm gonna utilize that. Thinking about paying it forward, but we'll see. Handle a few payments here and there and just play. Pele, there you go. Pele, I saw the comment earlier. I was gonna ask Pele, what time is it over there, man? Because I know for me it's like 8 a.m. Or sorry, it's like 9 a.m. right now. Hold on, my bad. Let me check. It's like 9:10 a.m. So I was like, what time is it over there? My bad. I don't know if you can hear me. Am I talking too low? Let me know if I'm talking too low, Pele. 5:10. 5:10. Hold on, 5:10. Oh yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. You said it's 5:10 over there? Oh, I'm grabbing coffee right now. Cash order. I'm grabbing a little. Oh no. Hold on, that shit. Starting to bubble a bit. Give me a second. Give me a second. Get situated here. That sound fine. Okay. Gotta write this down. Ugh. I almost spilled it, man. 5:10 p.m. I'm trying to do the math. So you're like 8 hours ahead, Pele. It's 8 hours ahead. That's crazy. Compost. Yeah, boom. There it is. Just grab a little coffee. Got a little compost cup, so it's gonna be kind of Yeah, so it's 9:10 here. It's 5:10 there, so it's like 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 8 hours ahead. Yep. What's the plan today, Chief? I might fall asleep soon, but I hope today goes well, my man. Wait, are you a owl? You were a graveyard? That's crazy. Just thought about that. I'm actually about to walk up to the library, hang out there for a little bit. Try to figure out some logistical stuff that's going on with my computer and Steam. I'm trying to like run Steam through OBS. For now, I can only display capture, and it's the best bet I have. But I might test out some Monster Hunter on live. So I just got Monster Hunter for Steam, and I put it on my laptop. It seems to be running smooth. We're gonna see how well it runs, just throughout the day in general, and I'm gonna test it out. Yeah, I'm gonna test it out basically. So yeah, this coffee is fresh and hot. I need to set this down in a second. I'm at the walk over to the bleachers. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. Library opens at 10, so I got a lot of time to kill, realistically. Got like a whole 50 minutes pretty much. Oh, still unemployed. Oh, I didn't know that. That's right. I thought I was going to be on the job, but it got super delayed due to city safety plans. So I'm back on the hunt. Okay. Damn. What kind of were you looking for a specific job? See, I'm trying to. So we have the soccer econ tournament next week. Damn, that's next week. That's coming up soon. And like after that, I'll look for my job. But I wanted to get past the convention first, and after convention day, I'm going to figure my life out because I have thoughts and plans surrounding and regarding that stuff. But I also want to be like truthful to myself about like I'm not really trying to work right now. Seriousness. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit of laziness, but it's also like I can go live as much as I can right now. So financially, I'm probably gonna just start flipping things on eBay a little bit, things I don't need anymore. And that's my idea. Is like when I start flipping these things, oh, you need help setting stuff with OBS. You might be of help with that. Okay, cool. I might have to message you at some point. All right, now it's not. Doesn't seem too bad. Damn, this fucking fence right here. Doesn't seem too bad, but I'll let you know if it gets a little. Because what I'm trying to do, I'll give you a small example, and you probably already know this. I'm trying to like game capture. You know, right now I can't display capture. So when I game capture, me and my cousin were on the phone. We're on Discord actually. And we're just talking, and he was like, "You want to do specific window, and you want to get the specific window that is the game since it's downloaded on your laptop." I'm like, oh, okay. So I went through all that. It still wasn't going through. Wasn't being recognized. So it was kind of strange. There might be more things in the settings I need to work out. And then we realized when we did display capture, it worked, but it only recorded him on the phone because he was connected to my audio, my background audio. And then at the same thing, it was like they weren't able to hear me. So like later on, I'm gonna work on the mic settings and maybe do like a camera or something like that. But for now, I just want to record the gameplay and to go live with it. But yeah, you kind of see what I'm saying. I mean, I'm pretty sure you know this better than I do. But yeah, I was about to work a job related to hosting a pop-up entertainment hub. Oh, nice. Until the whole city safety thing's happening. I do need to respond to another job offer today, though. I was on Indeed and like I had one for a medical scribe, and I think they really wanted me because they kept emailing me. Also, they kept emailing me to like do this, like complete the actual application process and interview process. But I don't know, man. It's like we'll see. We will see. Because right now, I just want. I really like having this much time to myself. If anything, I will get back to the part time. Maybe work like a small. Because my original job was 3 days a week, but I ended up doing full time and extra overtime simply because it was so much going on. My bad. It sounds like it needs to detect the game while it's running, so you have to add the game capture while the game is running. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. So like, I wanted to like, maybe I'll do that. I'll troubleshoot it more today. I'll run the game up and then open the OBS, then start a whole new source. You know what I mean? That's like the best bet. And like, I'll try a bit of everything. If all else fails, like I'll just stick to display capture. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. It ran well for what it was. We just did like a little 5 minute tester of a little free Digimon game they have on there. I was recording it, and then all the music in the background and like me on the screen doing all of my stuff, like adjusting the settings and everything. All that was being shown, so that was good. Yeah. So okay, run the game in the background, then add game capture source. Select the game. Should be done. All right, let me shot this. All right, I'm gonna just make sure I have that. And that's the thing too, is like my laptop did go through an update yesterday. So hopefully all this is going to be situated today. But I appreciate it. You know, I appreciate it, man. I'm just going through the. Here we go. That thing is hella close. Yeah, damn. You know what to call about the OVs? I got you. Appreciate that. Damn. Also, what's going on with the? Hold on. Let me read this. I don't know if I'm reading it right. What's going on with the work and the commission stuff? You still doing all that, like the art stuff? What's going on there? Cash. You know. Yeah, this Sunday is kind of interesting because on Sunday, actually Saturday, one of my Beybladers I met in Portland, from the Portland scene, he's coming up on Saturday for Metal Fight. Hopefully he's gonna stick around for the X, but there's kind of a wait list. Um, but I was asking him if he wanted to stay Sunday for the casual meet. He's like he got to go back down. He's driving back down, but he was saying that he's about to my guy Chief Bongo. He was saying he needs to go there for the ranked. they have like a ranked tournament on every. I don't know how to explain it. Like one Sunday of the month there's a ranked, and then one Thursday of the month there's a ranked. But this Sunday happens to be the ranked weekend. Anyway, um, he's gonna have to go back down for that. But our guy Shad, Shad in our Seattle group, he was basically saying that he might go down this weekend just to do the ranked with them. I was like, you should go. I was letting him know. I was like, bro, you should go. So him and his wife actually joined that server, or I think he was already in there, but his wife joined the server, and they're probably both gonna go down to Portland this weekend, which is really cool, man. There's a lot of Beyblade stuff going on this weekend, and then like on top of that, again, 19th is like around the corner. You know what I'm saying? 19th is coming up, man. It's like it's about to be soon, man. It's like it's really just right around the corner. Pele is back. Welcome back, Pele. All right, yeah, I got paid for an art commission. Okay, nice. The other day, it is not a main job, unfortunately. I really wish I could say it is. Yeah, I know that feeling. Today I ended up getting distracted by personal drawings, but I plan on streaming myself drawing the commission for people to watch. Yeah, I'm actually waiting for this. There's like this mount. There's two things. There's like a thing. It's one thing to prop my laptop on, so then it kind of cools itself and doesn't overheat. Not that I need it, but it'd be nice to have. And then the second thing is like another mount, because I have a mount that I use at home for the Beyblade stuff at the house, you know. But again, like the positioning of the phone next to the wall has the worst reception. But once I get like the Wi-Fi router and like the little hotspot from the library, I'm probably going to use that a little more. And I want to record myself doing just drawing at the house, like put the mount over my desk and just show myself just drawing a little bit, just sketching. Because a lot of times, man, I don't know what I'm gonna draw. I kind of just doodle around, and it just ends up becoming some abstract stuff that I draw the pens and the lines for, and then I start penning it out and start coloring it in, just for fun. But that'll be a good nice hour to just mess around. But I've thought about doing stuff like that. I don't know when I'll be on Twitch for sure. I just hope people leave my house so I can stream it. Oh, you need more like I used to have that same issue where like in order to get like certain audio recordings down, I would wait for everyone to leave the house. There were certain days of the week, certain days of the month where it would be like prime time. So I don't know if you have the same thing. You living with family? What it is? That joint's still hot. Goddamn. But yeah, man. Pele, what's going on over there? I don't know if Pele's still kicking it. Pele left me a comment. Pele was like, he said you could go live. That's all he wrote was go live. And here I am. I'm live right now. Just chilling, man. Wait for time to pass. Things like that. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me check something. Okay. I got another email for mainly just don't want your family hearing what I talk about. No, I understand that. They're not exactly a fan of the internet and how involved I am with it. That's understandable. That's understandable. I think it took time for my obviously my mom, she's dead, but like when she was alive, she didn't really understand what the hell was going on. And she, not that she needs to understand. And my dad, he's kind of more like, all right, well, whatever. Just because like I think my dad's whole thing is like, at least I'm doing this and I'm not doing something crazy or like illegal, you know what I'm saying? So at least I'm doing like some artsy stuff or some nerdy shit. Like he doesn't really care if I'm like just staying out of trouble, basically. That's kind of his whole thing. On top of the other things, but that's a whole other conversation. Yeah, I understand that. Is it a Filipino household too, man? Is it one of those? I can imagine that, like, especially with immigrant households, you already know. My mom was just like, there'd be like, I'd literally have like a day off, and my mom would be wondering why I'm home. She's like, "Why are you here?" I was like, "It's my day off." She's like, "No, I think you got fired. Like, what happened? What went wrong? What's going on?" And she'd be like sitting there trying to interrogate me. I was like, "All right, whatever." You know, but your parents aren't as bad as the other ones. I hear. Yeah, yeah, that's fair too. There's some very, there's some very strict ones, man. I used to talk to a lot of my some of my classmates. Hey, Cash. You know what's funny? I say this all the time. I tell this story all the time. Whenever I'm around Filipino people, and I'm getting better at it now in my 30s. I'm 31, but like I'm getting better at it now. But I couldn't tell that they were Filipino for a long time. You know what I mean? And I realized like the street I grew up on, and also all my cousins, they're all mixed. So it's just like my idea of like it's just all these people that all look very different, but we had the same culture. We all ate the same food and shit. We all knew the songs and we all spoke Ilocano, but we all looked very different because my cousin would be like half black, my other cousins like half Hawaiian and some other shit, Chinese, whatever the hell they were. Other ones are like part Mexican, you know what I'm saying? So all this other stuff. But it's just like when I would meet other Filipinos, like for real in elementary and especially middle school, like they'd be like, "What did you think I was?" Like, I don't know. I thought you were Chinese because your name was Michelle. Like I would just be saying shit that was just sounded outlandish, but I'm like, I'm sorry, I just wasn't raised around like a lot of straight up Filipinos. You know what I'm saying? Like it was always like very mixed. Like most of my family is like half Filipino, half something else, which is funny. But yeah, what's going on, Jax? Thank you for dropping in. And speaking of crazy stories, yeah, man, I remember this one girl I dated. She was kind of saying like her parents didn't approve of me at all, and I'm like, man, we ain't even met yet. I feel like if they met me, they'll like me. But it was just really strict type shit, you know. Never leave. Actually, my mom's mom was like that. You know, my mom, she was adopted, but her mom would just be hella strict with her. Like my mom's mom, so basically my grandma, she'd basically be swinging on my mom if she would like leave the house dressed a certain way to try to go party and shit like that. You know, I think one time, my mom wanted to try out drinking or like smoking a cigarette or something like that, and then like I guess my grandma would start whooping on her. And this is some generational shit, but you know that trickles down. Like it comes out, it comes down to our generation too, and then the parents be tripping in our generation. You know, I was laughing because my cousin, my niece is half white, and like my cousin, she's Filipino, but she's mixed. But you know, she's being like fucking hella strict and like hella tiger mom kind of with my niece. And I'm just like, yeah, you're getting to that age, man. You really turned to a Filipino mom now. This is crazy. And she's starting to say what a lot, you know what I'm saying? She's starting to get deaf. Like she's getting deaf and she's getting strict. I was like, you know, it's nothing worse than a strict person that's deaf, you know what I'm saying? And that's a Filipino parent basically. Shit is hilarious. You hear what multiple times. You know they're blasting music. They do blasting music, man. Karaoke joints. Classics. I'm a grown ass adult, so I don't think they care a whole lot about what I do. Right, right. But they actually think something like me talking right now in this chat is foreign as so. Yeah, you know that's also true. I know. I yeah. There is some people like that where they're like, "What is the purpose of this? Why would you do that? Why would you observe someone? Why would you talk to someone you know?" Or like even that. I mean, you know, what's interesting is like some of them actually FaceTime. Like they'll FaceTime their relatives back home, but then like to actually be on a live chat or a stream, it seems foreign to them. I know exactly what you mean. Like they don't get the point. But I will tell you something funny. My dad is like, how old is this motherfucker now, man? He's damn, I gotta do the math. All right, so let me do quick math. 6, 7, 8, 64 ish. Yeah, like live broadcasting is not a thing to them, I guess. That's what I'm saying. They do FaceTime, and that's just so weird. It's like you guys will sit there and FaceTime people, but then it's just like to actually communicate with a random, whether it's a stranger or someone you actually know on stream, it just seems foreign. But I was like, it's the same thing. It's just you're getting to know someone through stream and whatnot. They probably think I'm a little weird too, because I'll watch ASMR. Last night I was watching ASMR, watching people make like some weird ass noises like on live and shit. So I don't know. That's kind of weird. I get it. I get it. Exactly. Yeah, I almost busted a hole in your stadium. Jax, what are you doing? Jax is over here training hard, man. Jax, what you're gonna have to start doing is getting a bowl out of the fucking the cupboards. You get one of them bowls. Start playing in the bowl, man. When that shit breaks, you know what I'm saying? I kind of see what you mean, Catch. I'm starting to get the picture now. I get it. I think I'm starting to get it now. Yeah, it's really interesting how that works out. Um, what was I gonna say? Something about yeah, my dad is like 60 something. Motherfucker like 60. Let me do the math real quick. 66, I believe, right now. Yeah, he's 66. So like this dude, bro, he be on Facebook all day. All he do is doom scroll on Facebook, and you know, like you just get recommendations, and you get people posting on videos, and you start seeing everyone's history. He just be watching prank videos, and he just be like, and on YouTube he does the same thing. He'll just be like, he watches YouTube on the TV, and he just be like swiping, 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 next, next, next. He just be going through all the shit. Bro, he let a short, because you know shorts repeat themselves. He just let that shit run and thought it was a full video. I was like, bro, it's the same thing on repeat, bro. It's the same thing. Like you just got to go to the next one. He pushed down. He went to the next one. He let the same thing run. I was like, bro, it's not a full video. It's not gonna end. It's gonna keep looping. We had to explain it to him. But he's starting to get it. It's just that he's starting to get obsessed with that shit. It's hilarious, bro. He be looking at his phone more, but he's looking at his phone so much. My uncle got mad at him. My uncle, his own brother, that's a couple years younger than him, was like, man, we tried to take your dad out for a good time, get some food to eat and stuff like that. And he was just over here on the phone the whole time. He was just sitting there staring at his phone. I was like, that's what he does at the house, bro. Like we be trying to tell him shit, and he be forgetting because he's worried about Facebook, bro. Shit, hella funny. My bad. So the fact that Facebook has become a hub for strictly old people is pretty dangerous. Now it's very dangerous. Cash. So let me like All right, so I'm gonna tell you something. One of my relatives, right? I'm not gonna get into details, but one of my relatives got scammed for some Bitcoin, and yeah, be careful. Just just make sure you monitor your relatives because they're getting scammed out here by people. A lot of times they're just they're sharing information. They don't know what they're doing. They're just clicking and tapping shit, and their information gets out there, and they start getting tracked. Their phone numbers get found, location, all that shit. They start getting. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to like minimize their digital footprint. They're very just straight up out there, and like Facebook just straight up all of my information out in the wild type shit. Jack says the people in the New England club are chillers. I'm saying it's a cool ass club right there, man. And you know what's crazy about the New England club? It's literally all them states, all them northeastern states. All you guys are locked in, which is dope. I want to visit that area, bro. And like you saw those screenshots I sent you. Yeah, tap in with them tournaments, bro. Hopefully you can go to a tournament this week or next week. But yeah, your mom just buys the most random shit every week. She's begging me to help her buy shit because she's dead convinced it'll help her. Bro, I mean, it's so crazy because it's like, and then the Facebook algorithm, it's like they know what they're doing to the older folks. They're like, oh, this is some shit that'll help me sit down and straighten out my posture or some crazy shit. It's like they just know, bro. This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy to me. Probably on your birthday. Yeah, hell yeah. Because I remember you said on your birthday they're gonna let you. Bro, hold on. That's like a month from now. Am I doing the math right? Yeah. Let me check the date. Today's the ninth. Today's the ninth. So yeah, man. You got to do that. Oh, Cash. Let me tell you this story if you got time. My mom's different. She's very privy about stuff, but it's to a fault. Oh, yep. She refuses to play Pokemon Go because it asked for her birthday and refused to just put a fake birthday. Right. It's why I. You know what? Yeah. You know what? Yeah. That's very true. I know some people like that where they just because it's also like a generational thing. Like they don't want to tell a lie. They don't want to answer something. And then like if they ever get confronted by the FBI, that's the way they think, right? They'd be like, "Oh yeah, I put in a fake birthday because I wanted to access the app." They want to avoid that conversation by just living the truth. So all they do is live by truth. So that's what I realized. I am cut from that cloth of being raised by those kind of individuals, like those people of that generation of having that kind of tact. You know what I mean? That kind of I don't know what the word is, but you know what I'm trying to say. And I thought about because I'm the same way where it's like I don't want to do things where like I have to lie or I have to tell a lie, but that's where they're from. It's like, oh yeah, why was I that's just the thought process. If they were ever confronted by authorities, it would just be like, why did you fake a birthday? Why are you on this app? Why are these things not lining up? It's like I'm sorry, sir. Da, da, da. But they never want to have that conversation. But it's the funniest shit. It's just how they think because but also they came from like an area and a time of like martial law and war and whatnot, right? So it's like every choice is a consequence. Like they really think that way. So again, I'm raised by a mom and dad that like were in that same area. My dad was going through the whole martial law thing. He came here in I think '79. So when the Sonics won, he came to Seattle in '79 when the Sonics won, and my mom got here in like 70 or 71 or some shit. If I wanted to know why you playing Pokemon Go, right? And it's just like for us, we're just like it ain't that serious, but it's just how they think, and like they just make sure they cross their T's and dot their I's. You ever heard that saying? They make sure all the everything is all the loose ends are tied and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. But like Cash Artist, let me tell you the story. So my auntie, I guess I put it out there already, but my aunt, like she's kind of gullible, but at the same time, she doesn't know how to block calls that aren't in her contacts, right? So to my understanding, this is how the story goes. She was like, she calls me one day and she's like, "How do you get money out of a Bitcoin ATM?" I was like, "Money out of the Bitcoin ATM? If you put it in the ATM, then it means it went to a wallet. So do you own the wallet? Can you take it out of the wallet and then pull it from the ATM?" She's like, "I don't own the wallet." I said, "Okay, explain to me the story." She starts breaking down this story about like a federal agent that was the what the fuck is this shit called, bro? The Coast Guard or some crazy shit, some shit called her own. And again, she's like a boomer or whatever, so she doesn't know how to block calls that aren't in her contacts. So this random number calls, she picks up, they know her name. They're like, "Hey, where are you located? You need to take all of your money out of your account now. It's gonna be seized. The banks are gonna start seizing the money." And the dude's explaining on the phone all these like things that are gonna trigger her mind and basically just let her know some crazy shit like, yeah, if you don't pull the money out of the account now, then it's susceptible to being utilized and you might not get it back. You should take all of it now. And then he's like, well, where do I put it then? Where do I put it? So, well, you can put it into the Bitcoin account and it'll sit there in the wallet and then it'll be safe. So for whatever reason, she's believing this shit. So then I started thinking like, what the fuck? So I was like, how much money did you withdraw? She didn't want to tell me the amount. But then like, well, okay, she's not gonna tell me the amount. That's fine. She withdraws a lot from the fucking savings, damn near everything. And then like she said she's on the phone, and then she's like, she's like, yeah, and then like, and because I'm downtown, they said the closest ATM was near the waterfront. So that I'm just thinking, can I get the money at the waterfront? I was like, no, you already put it inside, and the number is now tied to the account. So you can't just like you can't obstruct an ATM, right, to get the money out. So anyway, bro, she fucking, if you think about it, the highest dollar bill is 100, right? Now, mind you, I checked the price because I said, send me the receipt. I said, show me the receipt. The picture of the receipt, it said, I think it's like 0.5 or some shit. It might have been 0.5 or something like that. It was like half a Bitcoin or something like that. It was like half a Bitcoin. And at the time, Bitcoin was worth a certain amount. So it let me know, okay, if it's half a Bitcoin, you put about 20 to 30,000 in the ATM. Now think about this. The highest bill, the highest bill is $100 bill. So that's like what, 20,000 divided by 100 is what? 20,000 divided by 100 is 200. So you had 200 $100 bills, 200 of them, and just one by one, you're putting them into the ATM while you're on the phone with this guy. So in my mind, I'm telling her, I was like, so one by one, with each $100 bill that you cashed out of the bank, you went one by one and you put it into the ATM. And what makes it worse, because I know crypto, it's like the person told you on the phone, like, hey, when it asks you to input the wallet, put in these characters, put in these words. I know it's a little silly, but that is the words to access the wallet. This is the code. So she's one by one putting in and typing in the words, which is fucking ridiculous. So I'm like, okay, you sat there and put in 12 random words that are part of the code, and then piece by piece you put the fucking bills in. I was like, are you crazy? So that's where I kind of lost my mind, because I was like, I swear to God, last summer I just told you, like, you're asking how am I able to pay for dinner? How am I able to do this? I was like, I invest in stocks and I invest in crypto, so I'm able to cash out when I can. I was letting them know this, and they're looking at me like, oh, you crazy? Be careful with this stuff. Oh, be careful. Don't do that stuff. You're crazy. Don't do that stuff. And then here you are getting scammed by people who do this shit. And I'm like, damn, you came to me after the fact. So I was kind of butthurt. I was like, you came to me after the fact. You could have been talking to me about this shit the whole time, but then some random person talks to you about crypto and it has in Bitcoin and it has you scammed out of your money, but you can't talk to me about how to put it. It's just crazy to me. So I was sitting there racking my fucking brain. I was like, bro, I'm doing this shit right here. I got like thousands in there in both. And then you're talking to this person who's taking thousands from me. That shit fucked me up. But I was like, yeah, they got her good. I don't know how they got her information, but they got her good. And my uncle, her husband, was basically like, yeah, we're gonna get the FBI on you. Just cussing out the dude on the phone, like calling that number back, and the people that scammed her. Me and my friend, my bad. So Coast Guard thing, bro. No, Bitcoin and NFTs are ruining everything, man. NFTs are ruining a lot of shit. Honestly, just be honest. Why the fam gotta trust strangers more than their fam about their finances? I swear to God. You know what I'm saying? That's a crazy ass feeling. So it's just like, I was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, I literally talked to you about this over a dinner where I paid for it, and I was willing to pay for it, and you guys could have bought anything you wanted. I was working overtime, and I was also spending a lot of that overtime into investing. So like, I kind of knew what I was doing at the time, and everything was like, and I was also like investing during the lows, cashing out during the highs. Like, I was just taking profits here and there. You know what I'm saying? So I was just treating people out for that summer, that dinner and shit. Anyway, that's not. It's less about a flex for me. It's just the simple fact that, like, I was like, bro, y'all knew to come to me, but you came to me after the fact, after the scamming. So I was like, bro, what the? So it just, I don't know, it just fucked me. Anyway, what was I saying? It just tripped me out, man. It just was like, I realized that they're being targeted. So now she's being a lot more protective with her money. That's one thing, but the other side was like, bro, she finally learned how to block calls, change her phone number, all this shit. She was kind of traumatized for a while. So I remember I was with a friend of mine. So there was a friend of mine at work. We both do crypto stuff, and then my other friend over the phone. And I sent him the receipt. When I sent my friend the receipt, he knew how to look at the receipt because the receipt has this long ass like address number on there that has like a code of like letters and numbers. He typed all of that combination in to get the actual wallet address. He found the history of the wallet address, and he saw a lot of more money was being deposited into that wallet than it was being taken out. So that caller was scamming more people, just more old people throughout the day, just people in general. We don't know, but a lot more money was being thrown into that wallet. One person threw actually one whole Bitcoin in there, which was like at the time, shit, bro, it'd probably been like 60, 59 or 68. You know what I'm saying? Sorry to hear about the situation, man. Technology is exponentially getting scary for the older. Exactly. And hey, we're about to get to that age, man, where we don't understand shit. So I'm trying to understand as much as I can, because I ain't trying to be left behind and getting scammed and shit. I ain't trying to be 6-year-old getting slow, getting scammed at my shit. I'll be mad as hell. Damn, scammer using the same account. So yeah, it's crazy. So like, It's literally the same wallet. And like when he typed in all the, I forgot how to explain it, but like I still have the screenshot of the the receipt, and like I had the screenshot of the actual accounts where the money was going into, so I can look at it myself. But it's just crazy. It had so many more green deposits than it did have red withdrawals, and you could tell like they would wait for like money to pile in there, and then they would withdraw a certain amount, because you know how it is with fees. If you know anything about like if you're withdrawing stuff, especially if you're doing fiat money on those wallets, if you're doing the fees on there, they're covering maybe $100 fees for the type of the withdrawals that they're doing. So like, oh, let's let the thousands pour in, thousands, and it gets to probably like 10 or 100,000, then they start withdrawing it out. It was crazy. It was like every small amount adding up. Imagine like 20 transactions of deposits, and then it probably adds up to like 1 or 3 Bitcoin or something like that, and they would cash out 1 or 2 Bitcoin at a time, and then the rest of it would just be the fees. It was just crazy shit. It was just fucking crazy. I was like, bro, these guys are good. Like that's how smart I am with the crypto. Like I know all this shit to this degree, and I used to know about the DeFi shit and the DeFi wallets, but you never catch me scamming some old people like that. That is crazy work. That's too much work to be sitting there telling people the code on the phone and the amounts. But some people are evil like that, man. So basically what I was trying to say was I was having that conversation with the dude at work, and then my guy over the phone who was like really nice with crypto. We're both doing the shit at the time. This is like a couple years ago or something. And then the guy at work was like, "Hey man, I know you want to confront your aunt about that shit because you know it pisses you off, but at the same time she's already dealing with enough trauma, losing that much money. So just be careful." And I'm like, you know what, you're right, because I'm mad as fuck just thinking about it. But I'm like, you're right. They're dealing with some shit that I can't imagine. I never went through nothing like that necessarily. I've been robbed as a kid, but god damn, that's like life savings, like hard and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? That's just sad. My bad. Have you heard of Kit Boga, the guy who trolls the crypto and gift card scammers? I think you love that. You know what? I don't know him by name, but if that's the dude that I think I've seen the videos of, where like he reverse calls the gift card people with the scammer stuff. I think I know exactly who you're talking about. That guy's really good. Oh no, hold on, man. This thing is leaking. But yeah, man, that fish was good, and my coffee cup is leaking out here. Yeah, damn, what the fuck going on? This shit. They gave me a little compost cup. That's why. That's probably what it is. I'm gonna just drink what I can right now. That shit had me sad, bro. That shit had me sad just having all the facts on that. My bad. He's a white guy with sunglasses. I think I know who that is. Then, yep. Streams on Twitch. Def would record watching him with after our convo today. Yeah, man. That fish. Thank you for dropping in, man. Where'd Jax go? Jax is out here. Jax is doing content too, man. Jax is doing his content too, so I know he's busy with his shit. That shit had me hot. I was like, I don't know, man. I had to talk with another family member like that too. That's a whole nother story, man. We don't need to get into it all day, but man, this coffee shit dripping. Damn. Jackson's a goat. Yep, exactly. Man, this shit. Hold on. It's just the side is like leaking. I'm hella sad about that. Yeah. Trying to drink as much as I can right now. I'm looking at the positive side. That just means they gave me a whole bunch of a whole lot of coffee. You know what I mean? I'll deal with that later. Jackson is the goat, man. I don't know anyone else that's his age that's putting in the work he does right now. That guy's putting in work on the blade stuff, man. And he keeps cracking his stadium. I don't know if you saw his recent videos, but my guy keeps cracking his stadium. So we're trying to get him some money so that he can get his own stadium, like some new stuff. Fish is back. Be right back. Staying live. Oh, you gotta do work. All right, Jax. We're chilling, man. We're chilling. But yeah, chilling right now. I got time. Got time to kill. It's really nice outside, man. For a morning, I thought it'd be colder. I'll be honest with you, but it's just so much sunlight. Also, haven't had sunlight in so long. I mean, Cash will tell you we haven't had some. Oh, Cash, was it raining where you were at last night? Because I think last time we spoke was last night. Literally just like last night. Damn, man. But yeah, how much of a storm showed up? My bad if it's hella bright. Did I sit at an angle? I had to sit at an angle. It was raining for me last night. Yeah. I put my coffee cup type shit, man. Can't even sit up straight up right here. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, it wasn't bad. Okay. I heard something last. I mean, I heard yesterday like there was so much going on. We had good weather last Saturday. Yeah, I forget what day it was, man. It was like 70s damn near. Friday or Saturday. It was one of those days, right? There was one day I walked outside, had a hoodie on. I thought it was, I needed to stay away from the wind. I was sweating the whole damn day. I was like, bro, this is good ass weather. I need this shit. I needed this weather right here. 70, right? I haven't seen 70 in a while. And it's like pretty cool to have 70 in like March, April, in like beginning week of April and last week of March. Like it was nice to have like 70s. Every now and again we get a good flash of spring. We'll get a good look of what is that shit, bro? Like summer, like a good glimpse of what summer's gonna be like. And I always say this, like whenever we have a harsh winter and we get some snow in the winter, the summer's gonna be good. I was like, listen, if we get snow or some harsh winter, that means we're gonna get some really nice warm summer right there. I like the heat. I'm a summer and fall is my favorite seasons, but I like the heat. I need summer already. Man, we've been needing summer for a while. You know why I like summer in excuse me, you know why I like spring in Seattle though? Is because like it's the shortest season technically. Because a lot of times the winter goes on for longer than necessary, and then summer is like sort of late sometimes, but sometimes it creeps in early. So spring always feels like the shortest. Fall is kind of the shortest too. Like the winters, they start early, they end late, and summer is like it doesn't last long. So it's like spring and fall end up kind of like I don't know, like mixing and matching with the seasons, and it's not always perfect. But I try to cherish spring in the heart of it. May is gonna be like the heart of spring, so it's gonna be really nice. The month of May, I feel like, and all the trees are blooming right now. You can see that stuff. Hold on, let me show you this real quick. It ain't fully there, but when it comes in, it's just gonna be lush with green. You know what I'm saying? Lush green joint. Same thing with this tree here. I don't know if you can see this house right over. I'm gonna zoom in, really, sort of. That house right there with the mini sign. That used to be my friend's old house. We used to hang out at his house after school all the time. It used to be a pink colored house. Now it's like white with periwinkle, baby bluish. You know what I'm saying? Cash, I know you know your colors. I know you're an artist. I know you know your colors like that, man. Cash, were you one of those kids that tried to collect every crayon? I was one of those kids, bro. I swear to God, I tried to get like all 128, whatever the fuck number it was, trying to get all the colors, bro. Everything from sepia to orchid, man. Periwinkle, you know what I'm saying? Robin's egg blue. I was one of them. I was like, yeah, let me get all the Crayola colors. I was sitting there trying to draw comics and shit. I was like, yeah, let me get all these. You know what I'm saying? Green Apple, Granny Apple Smith. I don't remember all that shit. Goldenrod, you know what I'm saying? You had the 128 crayon pack. But I never used most. You know what? That's true. That's fair because they give you gray, Timberwolf, silver. They give you all these shades of silver and gray. And gray is my favorite color. But I was like, bro, I'm only using one or two. And when it came down to yellow, it's like you had like dandelion and shit. You had all them different colors. So I'd be knowing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like when I found out aquamarine was a word, I was like, what's going on? It's 12:45 a.m. here in the Philippines, and it's school night. Oh no. ¿Cómo está? How you doing, man? Dev IDK? Dev IDK, ¿cómo está? How you doing, man? As a kid, I did draw a lot, but nowhere near as much as I do today. You know how many Pinoys in the chat, man? Including myself. We got all the Pinoys in the chat. Let's go. Dev, where you at, man? Are you Ilocano too? I only speak Ilocano, man. It's funny when I went to middle school, bro. They're in like elementary. They're like, "What are you saying?" And I was like, "Yeah, man." I was like, "Bro, I thought I was speaking Filipino." They're like, "Yeah, you don't speak Tagalog." I was like, "What the fuck is a Tagalog? I don't know what that is." I was like, "Bro, there's like 80 different languages." I was like, "There's 80 languages. I thought there was only one." He said, "Well, whatever you speak, whatever the shit words you're saying, bro, we don't know what the hell you're saying right now." I was like, "Okay, my bad. I don't know. I didn't know there was like 80 languages and shit. How am I supposed to know that?" Yo, check this out. Check this out. See these like squirrels right here? Focus. Can't see them, but these squirrels right here. See the squirrels? One's trying to go up the tree, and the other one's like fighting it and bringing them down. See the squirrels? The squirrels are like wrestling with each other. That shit crazy. Got to see the squirrels live. You speak a bit of Ilocano, but never speak. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I know, like, cause majority is like Tagalog. I know that much. But you guys saw the squirrels though. You see the squirrels in the tree? I don't know, cause like it was. I'm filming through the fence. I'm filming through the fence. So I don't know if you can see it, but they're at the top of the tree now. It's springtime. I can't tell if they're. Oh, there they are. Here, let me zoom in on the squirrels. Hold on, bro. That shit is crazy. Where they at? Right there. Damn, he trying to get it in or something. Oh, this might be explicit. Damn, that might be some explicit squirrel and trying to get up for real. That's crazy, man. Let me not film that. That's nature. That's springtime. That's how you know it's spring. Rent for the tree. Yeah, that's also true. Like, bro, this is my tree. This old ass 100-year-old tree. I was here first. My family's been here for 80 generations. But I don't know. That's what it was. It looked like they were wrestling a bit. Like, yeah, the dude's trying to mount. No, he is like looking at it, bro. He's trying to mount her, and he's like, bro, get off. He's not trying to smash on the moss. Like this bed of moss, I'm not doing this. That's what she's saying. But anyway, my bad. You don't speak any Filipino related stuff outside of swears, lol. Ukininam? Yeah, man. I remember that shit. We're growing up. My mom, when I was a kid, she was like, why are you guys cussing so much? She was like, why are you guys cussing so much? I was like, Mom, you were cussing in 3 different languages at the house. You know what I mean? Like she'd literally be cooking, and like the the hot soup or whatever, the degu, degu would splash up, hit the wrist, hit the thing, and she's like, ay, tarantado. You hear all this shit. Uki ng puñeta. Um, tarantado, uki ng puñeta. What am I forgetting? Uh, demonieta. You know, all that shit. You hear all that, man. I can't talk to you, but I'll listen. Caitlin, what's up? Thank you for dropping in. Appreciate it. You know, you hear all that shit, and then my mom had the nerve to ask me, why do you guys cuss? I was like, you cuss in all 3 different languages. Because puñeta is Spanish. So I was like, you said puñeta, you said tarantado, ukinam, you said all this other shit. You just cussing in English. Like, I'm hearing all the cuss words, man. So I'm learning from you. They're arguing who's paying rent. Oh yeah, I got that explicit. One of you want to fight to the death. It might be. That's what I'm drawing. Too hot for YouTube. I can cuss in English, Tagalog, and Ilocano every day in school. Nice. You get away with all of it, man. You know, get away with all of it. Here, let me film these. These squirrels are like prime time TV right now. Let me show you. Dude on the wire. My guy on the wire. Where you going? Gonna hop to the branch. You see him hop to the branch? Wire the branch. There was a couple squirrels the other day that were on this fence down the street from my house. And like I put my hand on the fence. The dude was just sitting there like what's it called? Dude was looking for food. I was like, bro, I ain't got no food for you, man. I'm sorry. They can't come by the house anymore because the crows kind of bullied them out of position. You know what I'm saying? There goes that squirrel. He came back, man. Somebody fall down. They're by herself over here. There's another one right over there. Real life Pokemon right here. You know what it is? We're on Cherry Street, man. It's Viridian Forest. Viridian City out here. It's Viridian Forest up in here. My Pokeball app, man. I need to get them squirrels. Yeah, cuss like everyone does it, and it's normalized now. That's normal in like with amongst Filipinos, man. Cussing is very normal. I don't know what it is. It's just part of the vernacular, man. Are you graduating next week though? You said graduation is next week. Are you gonna graduate next week? There they go. Y'all doing this again? They got hella squirrels up there. They got hella squirrels up there. You talking about senior year and all that? That's what's up. This is Viridian City. Are you the drunk old guy who teaches us how to catch? Yeah, the one who's like, I need my coffee today. I'll teach you how to catch a squirrel. You might want to weaken it first. Remember that dude? He was like, yeah, but don't just throw the Pokeball right away. You might want to weaken it first. I'm gonna be the old guy who's cranky. Wasn't the kid like, sorry, my grandpa's a little grumpy. He hasn't had coffee yet. They should have made coffee a mission in Viridian City. You know, Viridian City is Seattle because the dude was cranky without his coffee. Now I think about it, and it is Emerald City, so that makes sense. Viridian is a thing of what do you call this? Green, a shade of green. I need to sleep. I have to practice my words of gratitude for graduation. Nice. Guess who's back? Slim Shady. Good night. You have a good night, Dev. Damn, it is nighttime over there though, technically. Yeah, in the original Japanese version. Oh, he was drunk. That makes sense. That makes so much sense. He was a drunk dude, but that lines up with the Japanese culture too. Dude just being drunk in Kanto. I forget what else is in the Kanto region. I forget what cities. You know what I'm saying? Got a new sub. Oh, I appreciate it, Deb. Thank you, man. You know, I usually just chop it up with whoever drops in on me. So, again, no one's obligated to do anything for me. So the fact that people go out of their way to sub and whatnot, I appreciate that. It's always gonna be love, man. Always gonna be love. Try to tap in and check with everyone, man. Feel me? Let me get moving. About that time, man. This is how you know we're at a real baseball dugout. See all the sunflower seeds? That's how you know. A live stream therapist on God. You know what's crazy? This is how I normally talk too. Like I just be saying shit out loud. And the thing is, if you talk to me, like if you hang out with me in a real person real life every day in person, you know what I'm saying? If you hang out with me like that, bro, people probably get tired after it. I was like, hey man, we don't need this shit every day. And I was like, all right, bro, cool. Viridian, cerulean, vermilion, saffron, lavender. That's what I can remember from the top of my head. Let me see. It's funny because Palette Town is like the palette, like you know the painting palette, which is funny. So that's the beginning, right? Palette Town, and then you go to pewter. Pewter is a shade of gray. So pewter, cerulean was blue, vermilion is yellow, lavender is a shade of purple, celadon is a shade of green, viridian is a shade of green too. Cinnabar Island, um, saffron. Remember saffron? Yeah, palette's supposed to be like the painting palette. Saffron City, and then Indigo Plateau, which is kind of funny. Yeah, Indigo Plateau, and then you realize that Johto is the same thing. Remember, Johto was the same exact thing. You started out in was it Little Root Town or something? No, what the fuck is the first town? I think it's Little Root. He's got some good edits. Not gonna lie, my bad. Let me do this. Live stream therapist. Oh yep, Jax is done. Jax, what up, Jax? What's good? LA, he's got some good edits. Not gonna lie. I always forgot if Cinnabar is Johto. Yeah, Cinnabar is where Blaine is at. Blaine who has Arcanine and shit like that, and Rapidash. I think in Red and Blue he's just Rapidash. Blaine, the bald guy on the volcano. Little Root is Hoenn. New Bark Town. There we go. New Bark. So New Bark, yeah. Thank you for reminding me of that. So New Bark, and then you get Cherry Grove. That was the first city. Cherry Grove City, Violet City, Cyanwood. Is that right? I'm trying to remember this shit. Violet City. Second gym was Goldenrod, because Goldenrod had fuck is her name? Whitney with Miltank, and after Goldenrod was Cyanwood, Olivine. These are all shades of colors. Olivine, Ecruteak City, because that's where the ghosts were at. Ecruteak was a shade of gray, I think, also, or purple. Might be a shade of purple. Goldenrod theme, yeah. You remember National Park? Wait, Cash Artist, have you ever listened to the Consoles? It's spelled Consoul. It's a band. They're in Australia and they do covers of anime and video game music. The Consoles. So if you look up the jazz version of National Park Gold and Silver, you know what I'm saying? You missed the unboxing for the Xeno Excalibur. Hey Jax, you didn't miss much because apparently my quality was trash and I was sad about that. But you might be able to replay it. You might change your user. You need to replay Heart Gold Soul Silver. Yeah. You know the console. Yeah, their covers are really dope. One of their covers, it was I think it was like Rosalina, one of the Rosalina themes from Mario. Really good. So yeah, and the CX bays. Oh yeah, I did a CX consoles. Yep. Yeah, if you just go to the live section, Fish, you go to live section and some other stuff, you'll find it. Live section and video. I don't know. You got to scroll through it a little bit. I'm just dropping something at least once a day, so I always forget. Dropping something once a day, that's crazy. Taking dumps every day. They did a cover of Tekken 7. Ooh, Infinite Azure stage. But they're hella good. I'm trying to remember all this though. So, what I say? Cherry Grove, Violet, Goldenrod, Ecruteak, Cyanwood, Olivine. And then you start going northeastish. And then what do we have over there? We have saw the poll this morning in it, all in the gear. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Trying to remember this one, bro. Cyanwood. What was the one? Because Cyanwood is the island where the dude is the fighting champion. They've been around since I was 15. It's crazy. I know, right? They've been going for a while. Consoles. Also, when I was a kid, not even gonna say kid, I guess high school, but we had Nigarasaki. I don't know if you know who Nigarasaki is. Dude out of Florida makes a lot of these beats, and he would sample a lot of stuff. Your mom said you can get the Aero Pegasus on your birthday. Mom's a dub. Mom's is a dub. There you go. There you go. That's what I like to hear. How's it going? But oh shoot, I got coffee. That's what I'm saying, man. The coffee is dripping, man. Yeah, damn it. Okay, do you remember Cash? If you're still there, do you remember the city where Bryce, the ice trainer, was at? That's not Cyanwood. It's something else. Mahogany Town. Mahogany Town. So it's Mahogany Town and Blackthorn City, and then Mount Silver. Mahogany Town, Blackthorn City, and Mount Silver. There we go. Let me know if you remember all that. So it's Cherry Grove City, Violet City, Azalea Town. Remember Azalea Town? Goldenrod, and then it goes Ecruteak is number 4, Cyanwood, Olivine, Mahogany Town, Blackthorn City, and then you go down to the Indigo Plateau again, and then you end up unlocking Mount Silver. So there it goes. I just started to remember it all of it because I was replaying Gold and Silver. You check my gameplay. I've been doing Generation 1, 2, and 3, so I'm starting to remember all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Azalea Town theme is fire. You know what was my shit though? There's a dude who does a Spanish guitar cover of Rustboro City out of Generation 3. The Spanish guitar cover of Rustboro City is the shit to me, man. I need to learn guitar low key. Goddamn, every Filipino knows guitar, man, except me. And piano and shit. You cannot remember anything from Johto. It's been that long since I touched it. I know, right? I need to replay Heart Gold Soul Silver, which is such a good game. But I have to finish my copy of Emerald first. Yeah, you got to do that. And then you got to get Rayquaza. You got to go up the little tower, get Rayquaza. You know what I'm saying? Except US. Oh yeah, yeah. Except us. You mean? Yeah, yeah. My bad. Um, it's really interesting because what was I gonna say? Heart Gold Soul Silver. I had the physical copy of Heart Gold, and like I had in the box complete with the manual, and I had the pedometer, and I sold all of that to Al's. I don't know if you Al's on University Way, the little game shop that's kind of like a block from Pink Gorilla. But I went to Al's, and I sold that shit for like $95 or $105, and then they were reselling it for like 130, 140. So I was trying to get enough money to buy it back, but someone ended up buying it. But at least I made a profit off it, made like 100 some bucks because I went there. They were offering me 90, and then I just decided to like go to some other stores, come back, and then yeah, the Al's the one that's close to Pink Gorilla, yeah, the one that's been on the app for so long. But if you ever seen the girl that works there, apparently that's Al because her real name is Allison. So when it says Al's, they just think it's a dude, but it's really just her, the girl that works there. She's really chill. Actually, like a long time ago, I bought some. That's how the biz works. Yeah, but it's funny because I went there. I went there one day. They offered me 90. I left, went to another store. They offered me the same price. I came back and I said, you know, the one place in Renton, they offered me 95. They said they're offering you 95. I'll pay you 100. So that's how I made more money. I made $10 more on my shit at Al's. So that's what you got to do sometimes. And the thing is, I legit went to the place in Renton. I forgot what it was, Retro or something. D-pad. One of them spots. May I drop? You may drop a vid later on Shelter. You got to. You got to do one. Yeah, man. That's how you make an extra $10. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do it. It's just funny. There's two though. There's D-pad and then there's like retro something. There's Retro Emporium and then there's D-pad. So there's two. But D-pad Gaming used to be the name of a store in Burien. So I don't know if that's the same people. There used to be like a little hole in the wall, like right out of a shack, and it was called D-pad Gaming in Burien that me and my friend used to go to. We used to buy Dragon Quest games that were still they were still not Super Nintendo but regular Nintendo, like NES and SNES, which is hella funny because it was just a big old cartridge. Dragon Quest 4 on regular Nintendo for like 40, $60 or some shit. It was crazy. Team Bad Gaming and Renton, yeah. There used to be another one in Buren. They used to be really dope because they do like system repairs and all that shit. Straight up mom and pop joint. It was dope. I don't know if it's still them though, or someone from the business took the idea and the name. D-pad and game bound. Game bound. Okay. Hasbro about to drop the big TT Stadium. You know, I just got the low key, man. I'm about to send you the one I got on everything, bro. I'm about to just send you the box I have, Jax. I swear to God, on everything. I'm about to just send it to you at this point because you need a new stadium, bro. You need a new fucking stadium because I have a box, but I don't want to open it, and I'm running out of space. So I'm like, man, fuck this box. I'm gonna just buy the blade by itself, low key. If you look up the new CX Stadium, it's like white and pink, and it comes with Drawn Brave and Arc Wizard. Like I'm about to just get rid of it. I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do, bro. Your birthday is May 10th though, so that shit coming up, man. Is mom's gonna get you a stadium, or she just about to get you like the blades? But yeah, yeah, man. I miss Heart Gold Soul Silver. Those are the good days. My friend who actually lives down the street, man. He my friend who lives, he used to live down the street, I should say. Man, we used to play that shit all fucking day, just trading and training shit. Just trying to complete the decks. Mom doesn't want to buy me, and she doesn't want to get you a new stadium. Damn. Hold on, Jax. Are you able to get a Takara Toma Stadium? Excuse me. Are you able to get a Takara Toma Stadium by yourself? Like, are you able to get a stadium by yourself? Like, if you had the money, are you able to get it by yourself? That's what I'm asking. Like, would you have to order it, or can you find, like, if you go to the store, can you get a physical Takara you can go to and get a physical version, or do you have to go online and order it? That's what I wonder. You know, let me know that. Let me do this. Yep, we connected. We connected. Let me disconnect real quick. You have to order it. You don't have any physical stores that sell the stadium. That's understandable though, because most places don't have it. Speaking of physical, has the Widget Maya updated? So man, we got to check. If you check the Bay Hunting channel, usually Chris CHPH that he lives like right above Widget Maya, and he usually takes a picture. But I think the other day he posted as it's still the same stuff. So he's pretty much going every day. He'll drop in every now and again. And then the other day, I think Neo and Luffy showed up, and they were just checking that out too. And there was nothing. It's still like the 3-person stadium and whatnot. But Jax, here's what I'm saying. Jax, if you had the money, could you order it yourself? Would your mom care if you ordered it yourself if you actually had the money in your Cash App or whatever? Would they care? He said, "Yeah, I know you're about to tell her that you ordered it, but I got to check in with her first. You know what I'm saying? I had to check in with her first. You know, mom's is very important. Yeah, yeah. No, no, man. But like, if you were given the money, you think you could order it though? That's why I'm trying to get people to donate to your channel. If people could donate some money to Jax, man, he can save up for a Takara Tomy Stadium. But yeah, we're trying to get people to donate money to Jax at this point, you know, because you can pay with Cash App, right? Like on Basin Bricks or whatever, Mall of Toys or whatever. If you had the money, you could do it. You know what I'm saying? As long as you could pay with Cash App. Yeah, his Cash App is on his channel. If you look at that guy, if you hear from the playback, or if you're here right now live dropping in, JAXX_KIT. Go to his channel, man. Check that guy out. That's my first mod right there. First moderator. This guy right here, man. We're trying to get him a new Takara Tomy Stadium. If you check out his videos, currently right now he doesn't have one. He's filming on a stadium that he's been using for a full year, so there's a crack in it. We're trying to get him some money so he can get a new stadium. I'm trying to get this guy situated for a long time. He said your dad doesn't care. He just wants free shit. Damn. You better say your uncle gave it to you or something. That's funny. I mean, you might be able to get away with it. You might be able to, but that's the thing is like with the actual Cash App, you can order your own things online, right? I know you probably use it just for paying stuff, like for paying for like food and stuff. like snacks when you go out to eat, you know. But it's nice to have money to spend on like Beyblade stuff and things like that. Yeah, yeah, man. I will say I don't know if Cash is still there, but my favorite soundtrack was Generation Three Pokemon. That was like the best. It was like nature soundtrack, and it's just like a part of my childhood, man. That shit crazy. You're gonna convince your uncle to say he did. But here's the thing. That's what I'm saying. If you had money in your Cash App account, like if people sent enough money to your Cash App, you can order it by yourself, and would your mom trip? Because if your mom's tripping, that's a whole different story. You see what I'm trying to say? We don't want you to get in trouble, you know. But the thing is, if you're spending your own money, it's different. Riz, what's going on? Thank you for dropping in, Riz. Appreciate you being here, man. Eternals. Oh, Eternals in the building. Let's go. Jax, I don't know if you're here, but Eternal became mod too. That's my guy, Eternal, up in Canada. My other guy up in Canada is Solarian out of BC, British Columbia. And I was watching Solarian go live last night playing Might and Magic 6. He actually beat Might and Magic 6 in front of us. But you could bet yourself. That's the thing, right? So if you have money in your account, so that's what we're trying to just send money. Yo, everybody donate to Jax JAXX_KIT. Go to his channel, man. Check his Cash App in the links. Send that kid some money. We want him to have a good stadium. If he has a good stadium, he can do better content. He can do way better content. He can film way better content, and he'll just prop up his phone in a different spot. You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to send him some money to his Cash App. We want that kid to get paid, man. Trying to support his channel. Just how we support his channel, you know. Yeah, they got close right here. Hold on, look at this weird shit, man. What's going on here? This is the side of the bush. What's going on here? They got all type of stuff, man. They treating the plants wrong. You treating the plants like that? Damn. Yeah, man. It's one of them days. It's actually really. I gonna say it's warm, but it's nice and sunny. Nice and sunny today, so I'm really happy about that. And you have a camera attachment for better quality. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like Jax makes good, really, really good content, and he's working with the minimum. So that's why it's like you give people a little bit more, they can do a lot better. And Jax, for me, like realistically, it's a longer conversation I'd like to have with your parents. But like realistically, I understand they're trying to protect you. But my whole thing was like, I remember when I was a kid, bro, I was like 11 or 12. Actually, when I was like 8 and 9, I always wanted to do karate and shit. And then my dad was like, "Why would I pay for that? Give me a good reason why I should pay for that." And I was joking around. I was like, "Man, I just want to fight my brother." And he was like, "That's not a good enough reason, so I'm not paying for that shit." I was like, "Man, I should have said something better." But the funny thing was, I had like they gave me $5 for food one time, but I spent the $5 on my first boxing class. And apparently, see, I don't remember this, but my coach said the first time you came in, the coach was like, "When are you coming back to train? You look like you know what you're doing. You look like you're really eager to train." I was like, "Well, I might have to sell some things at a garage, so I don't know." I don't remember saying this shit to her. And then she called me back a month later, like, "Hey, I just went through your information. I just thought like maybe you want a sponsorship. We have some people that are willing to pay for you. If you come clean the gym, you can come by for free." So when I was young, I had a few people look out for me and gave me a few opportunities and shit like that. And I also had like it was really rare that people came in my life and like gave me opportunities. But every time they did, I took advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? And the point I'm making is like this is all when I was like 11, 12 years old. So the fact that you're close to that age, I just like to pay it forward. You know what I'm saying? People that are like your age and or excuse me, my age back then, and they're motivated. I just want to look out for them. So that's why you've been supporting me on my lives all this time and supporting my content all this time. So I want to support your content. You know what I'm saying? Jax specifically. My guy Jax. Because I remember being that age and I didn't have any money, no resources. I had nobody looking. I had nobody looking out for me. And then you get those few people that look out for you. You know what I'm saying? You got those few people looking out for you, and it means the world, man. It means the world. I can pay you for the box. So my mom thinks I pay. Yeah, you're good, man. I think you're good. It's funny because right now I'm unemployed, but I'm rationing my money a little bit, and then I'm waiting for that stuff. But I'll keep you up to date. But Jax, that's my whole thing. I want to support you. Pablo's in the building. Pablo's in the building. I want to support you, Jax, because you've been looking out for me, and that's what I'm saying. Like you're a good dude. And I remember back then there was very few people that looked out for me growing up. I'm just paying it forward. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. You said watch. Hey man, we'll make it happen though. I think that's sooner than later you will get a stadium. I guarantee it. But that's my main thing is like if you can pay with your own Cash App card or just your own Cash app, you can get your own stuff. Then that'll be less. That's gonna be less sus than like me ordering it. Because I would love to order it, but then you don't want no random ass package showing up. But if you have your own money, you can do it yourself. So that's why I want everyone to go to Jax's page. If you hear from the playback, if you're here playing this video from the playback, if you're dropping in on the live, look at my mod right there. My guy, JAXX_KI2. Picture of the cat right there in his profile picture, man. Go to his Cash App, send him some money, man. Support that kid. We're trying to make sure that he makes some good content, the best quality that he can. Trying to get some money in his pocket. Something going on right there, something going on. Yeah, you know what I mean? Get some people some stuff going. Something good. That's crazy. What the fuck? Yeah, check your Cash App. Man, what you doing? No, man, you ain't got to do that. Come on, bro. I just saw it right now. I just saw that notification. You ain't got to do that. But yeah, send some money to Jax, man. Jax is sending me small amounts right now. But send some money to Jax, bro. Pablo's in the building. Riz is in the building. Eternal dropped in on me. We got Jax is up in here still. Cash Artist probably is busy right now. But yeah, we need to go check out Wajimara. It's kind of crazy. They're actually selling like stadiums there. They have the three player stadium and they have the double extreme stadium, which is crazy. Oh, what's going on? Oh no, I saw it. I just saw it right now. Jax, I appreciate it, man. Jack sent me some. That's what's weird, man. Jack sent me some money, but you guys need to send Jack some money. That's what y'all got to do. Yeah, I just checked it right now. I saw it. I saw it, man. You upped it. You upped it by one. Hold on. Yeah, you upped it by one. I saw the notification, man. That's crazy. I get because I get email notifications. But yeah, my bad. Is it going out? Is it going out, man? Save your money though, Jack. Save your money, man. Save your money, man. We're trying to get you paid right now. Save your money. We're trying to get Jax paid so Jax can get a stadium. Because once Jax gets a stadium, he'll be making more content with better results too. And don't use Metal Needle. Don't use Metal Needle on the stadium because Metal Needle will destroy your stadiums. You probably already know this, but yeah. Matter of fact, because you're in that group now, you're in that New England group, you can just ask people questions. They'll give you all the information you need, man. Like these are like random adults that have information and resources. They're probably really good about that stuff. You know what I mean? Bro, I can't wait for you to go to tournaments. It'd be fun to see you at tournaments and record, bro. Document the footage too. Document it the same way I am. That's gonna be crazy, bro. It's a cool time period to be alive right now because we have all these tournaments and all this cool stuff going on. This is historic. This is a historic time. People don't realize it for like political reasons. You know what I'm saying? For tariff reasons, things like that. Global scale and then like the whole hobby scale right now. It's a really interesting time. And like the concept that X, Y, and Z are taking over. You know what I mean? Pokemon ZA. You already know what it is, man. X stuff. They got X shit going on everywhere. The app X, bro. They got Beyblade. Everything is X'd out. It's crazy. When I start going through my storage, I make sure I keep my eyes open for any of the things my kids had to donate. If it's around, I know we had at least one stadium. Eternal. You know what's crazy about that? If you ever need like money, that's why I start buying two of everything now because I realize when you invest in like actual physical goods, that shit goes up like triple, quadruple, man. Like all the Beyblade stuff from when I was a kid, if it's new in the box, they're being sold for like anywhere from like $40 to 400. There's one of them that's being sold for 2,000. It's just like new in the box, complete in the box. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is great. And that's like 20 years ago. Like things that are 20 years old are just like worth 1,000, if not $400. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I try to get two of everything now. I mean, while I had a job and I had all this money, but that's the whole thing. You invest in the hobby. So if you have that stuff, you should hold on to it because you never know. And it's crazy because you might have stuff from the 90s too and like 2000s, man. There's stuff like, like Power Rangers toys and like Street Sharks and Ninja Turtles and things like that. Them shits be like 500, my guy. You out the box, even if you just have the figurine, some people just want it. And you could charge that shit like $90 just by itself because it's like, oh, this is from like the Hasbro days in '98, and the people just know what it is, and you can look it up yourself. You can like sit there, Google image it. People will find out what year it was and what model it was, and then they'll be like, yeah, that was this year. It's probably worth this much, even if it's by itself or it's in the box at all. Like you'll just know. It's kind of crazy. But the stadium stuff you have Eternal might be of a different generation. It might be like a older generation stadium, so it won't work with the new stuff if that makes sense. But if you have it, it'll be a good investment to hold on to because you just never know. and you could flip it, man. You could flip that stuff. You could sell it to, or you can charge America because Americans like they got the whole tariff thing going on. You can just like, hey man, I got this shit in Canada. I'm gonna charge these Americans an arm and a leg and get some money out of us, because we're being stingy with the money right now. The U.S. is being stingy, which I mean I get it, but these are the times we're in right now. That's what's interesting too, Jax, because with the tariff stuff going on, all of the imported goods are going to be charged up a little more. So Beyblade prices are going to probably go up a little bit. Somebody the other day was like, the price of rice is about to go up, dog. That's just kind of crazy. I'm like, the price of rice, bro. I swear to God, she about to go up. Everything imported, man. We about to start fucking with corn. Send me the box. You'll pay me. Oh no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Because here's what I'm saying, Jax. If we pay you somehow, if we get you the money, you can order it yourself. So then when your mom starts tripping, like, what? How'd you do this? You could just show her the receipts, like, man, I got the money, mom. I made money. I'm a YouTuber. Just let her know, like, I got love online. You know what I'm saying? Just let her know, like, yeah, I get love online. People send me money. I make money off of like followers, straight up, and I paid for it myself. Because think of it, that's the reason why you should pay for it for yourself. So that way you have the receipts. You always need the receipts to prove shit. You always need to have the receipts. That's the important part, Jax. If someone sends you a random box, it's gonna look crazy. And your mom was like, yeah, I don't know, that dude seems kind of crazy trying to send you some random shit, which is fair. Like that's parent instincts, man. Eternal will tell you that's parent instincts. If some random, I'm thinking about it, I'm 31, you're 11. If some random ass 31-year-old was just sending their 11-year-old stuff, it would seem kind of weird, you know. And it was funny. I was talking to my brother about it. We were laughing, and I was like, bro, it does seem like some weird ass shit. Because I know if someone tried to do that to us when we were kids, our parents would be tripping. We're like, hey, what? Who is this weirdo, bro? Dude's like 20 years older, coming out of nowhere. I'm not even famous, you know what I'm saying? Eternal will tell you. Eternal's a parent. That's kind of some weird shit. So we got to do things the right way. Like, even though I'm a good person and I know you're a good person and we're just trying to connect and make sure that you bloom in the hobby and whatnot, we got to do things the right way. So, you publicly put your Cash App. That means people can publicly donate to you. And then with those public donations, you buy things and then you show your mom the receipts and just let her know, like, hey, man, I get love on the internet. I'm going to use this money to invest in my own YouTube stuff, stadium, etc. Whoopty wop. You know what I'm saying? And then that's the best way to go about it. You don't want like random, because at the time I was willing to send it to you, but we got to go about the proper channels, the proper ways to do this. So it does seem kind of sketchy. Even though we're tapped in with each other, even though we can vet each other on a positive, level, we got to go through the proper channels, and we got to make sure mom is comfortable. If mom's uncomfortable with that, cool, fair enough, fair enough. Got to make sure she's comfortable with it. Eternal, I don't know if you know the story. He said, "Someone pay me." Eternal, I don't know if you know the story. I was trying to send Jack to stadium. I was like, bro, I'll low key send you a stadium. We just got to make sure it's okay with your mom. And he's like, all right, I'm gonna call my mom. You talk to her. And then I was talking on the phone, and she's like, nah, I gotta protect my. She's on the phone like, I gotta protect my babies. I don't know, like we don't know you like that. You're how old? Nah, I don't know about that. And I'm like, okay, you know what, man? Fair enough, man. That's fair. And I let it go. And then I think she took his phone away for a while, so we didn't hear from Jax for a long time. And I felt kind of bad. I was just sending him resources. So I was like, hey, man, go to these tournaments, go tap in with these people on this Discord here. They'll help you out. They're closer to you. They're near your city, so maybe I don't know. You can connect with these people, and then Jax eventually started coming back to the internet scene. But it was just kind of funny at the time. It was sad because Jax was going through it at the time, but for us as adults, it was kind of funny. It was like, yeah, we tried to help him out, but you never go against the parents. Never go against the parents, man. Got to be respectful of the parents. You know, got to be mindful. And actually, I say this all the time, Jax. It's really good that your mom is very protective of you, man. Because like my mom and dad used to just let me and my brother run the streets, my guy. We were just out there, my guy. Like we would just tell them, like we didn't even. There's some days we didn't even tell my mom and dad like we're just leaving the house. We would just walk out the house and we just be outside. We weren't doing nothing illegal, but we would just be out the house. We would just be kicking it out there, you know what I'm saying? And I'd be out there with my friends. I'd be ducking and dodging bullets and shit, some goofy ass shit. Motherfuckers be fighting. I'm just standing around watching it. Cops pull up, we're running. Like we were just outside, bro, doing wild shit. So the fact that you have a mom that is protective of you is love, my guy. That's a good thing. It sucks right now because it's like, oh, I can't do shit. I'm a kid, but you'd be surprised. You look back. Some people ain't got no parents in their lives. They're really fucked up people in the head. They're just bugged out. They're just bugged the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? because they ain't got no parents that looked out for them. I'm like halfway there. I'm not fully bugged out. I'm like halfway bugged out. But yeah, yeah. In these days and times, parents are very protective. You just never exactly. You never know. That's what I'm saying. So I had to respect her decision. I didn't want to just send you some shit randomly, bro. I was like, I want to make sure we go through this shit properly because parents come first, and you're under her roof. You know what I mean? You're under her roof. She's taking care of you. She's monitoring you. She wants to make sure you're safe. That's very important. My mom didn't know where the fuck we were. We were just outside, and there's so many alleyways in my neighborhood, bro. We were really just. I don't know if you saw that video that one night. I was just kicking in the alleyway that I grew up in with my friend, and we would just be in there playing cards. We weren't gambling or nothing. We were just playing cards, like random shit, like Go Fish. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck the other game was called, Speed. We weren't paying for money though. We were just kicking it, but we'd be stashing scooters and bikes in the bushes. You'd be finding everything in the bushes, man. Just those days. That's good times, man. But it's really terrible when you think about kids were doing that shit. You think about that shit, like when you're 11 and 12, you feel like you're hella grown, but you just be running the streets thinking it's all right, it's all gravy. But I don't know, man. That's how it was when we were kids. We just thought we could fight adults. We're like, man, these because we used to have weirdos, bro. I ain't gonna say what I used to say. I used to drop the F bomb all the time. I used to drop the F bomb because we had these weirdos that would hop out of vans and try to snatch kids. And as you got to imagine, we're like 8, 9, 10, 11. We're like young. We're like, man, I swear, if an adult pulls up on me, I'm socking him in the neck. I'm socking him in the nuts. We're just like on point every day. We're just thinking like, oh, I'm gonna fight to the death. You know what I'm saying? So we're these little kids that just thought we could take on adults. So we had a fuck. We were wild, bro. Everyone's so protected. Everybody gets a ride now, so it's just kind of crazy. But that's how it was back then. It's kind of fucked up. Thinking about how normal that was. So that's why I respect any parent that's protective. Any parent that's protective, I respect that shit. You know what I'm saying? One of my friends, bro, he's like working to be a lawyer right now. I've known this kid since first grade, and we were like in the same elementary, and then we didn't see each other for 2 years, and we ended up meeting each other again in middle school, high school, and every single fucking year, he was raised by a single mom. His mom made sure it was like, you come home, you do the chores, you take the dogs out for a walk, you do take care of your shit around the house. She stayed on top of him every fucking day. And now this guy's like, in college, paying off his college tuition. He's becoming like a lawyer. He's a what do you call that shit? Public defense attorney or whatever the fuck. So like you start a public defense, and when you start getting your own law firm, you start charging as a real lawyer. But he's on his way. And I was like, bro, I know he was mad because mom always wanted to keep you away from having fun and leaving the house and hanging out outside with us and doing things. And he always had a curfew. I was like, I know you were mad that your mom put you through all that shit for like 20 something fucking years, but look at you, bro. You are on the right track. You got your own car. You work with law firms. You know what I'm saying? The only stress you got to deal with is this work stuff, but you are on point with this shit. So that's his thing, bro. His mom stayed on top of him. Look at him now, man. He's doing good. All I have to do is show my mom my Cash App as a receipt. That's what I'm saying. If she asks you, hey man, where you getting this shit? Just say I paid for it myself with my own Cash App. If she asks you where'd you get the money on the Cash App, she's like, with my content and in the fact that I tap in with other people on live, they donate to me. That's all you really gotta say. Like I'm not trying to give you an alibi. I'm just saying that's pretty much all you gotta say. You know. And if she's still tripping, then I don't know. Oh, yep, youngest daughter. I've been extremely cautious, even though I'm in a small country town. Times have definitely changed since I was a kid. Yeah, and that's the thing, man. Like my niece too, because like my niece is like, I gotta do the math real quick, man. She's born in '05, so she's 20 right now. Even though she's getting older, I'm still protective of her. But she grown as hell. Like she's actually one of the wisest people I know in the family. She's watched us fuck up for so long because we were just fucked up. We were fucked up since our adolescence. So she watched us and she kind of just seen us like, damn, y'all adults, but y'all tripping. So she's kind of a more responsible adult. But even with that being said, because she's been so protected, she's still kind of vulnerable to like the normal world. You know what I'm saying? The normal, like the evils and the ills of the world. So I'm very cautious of like my niece. She's like a little sister to me. So when eternal, that's another thing, man. With the women in our family, like us as men, bro, we're very protective. I don't got no kids, but I'm just saying, like all my nieces and shit, I'm very protective of them. My nieces start getting taller and they're starting to grow into their bodies a little more. And like because they're big. Like some of them are part like Chamorro, so they're like Islander women, and some of them are just like half black, and so then they're like taller and thicker and shit. So they look like adults. So we just be with them, and they're like kids, they're teenagers. So when motherfuckers be looking at them the wrong way, I be getting defensive as an uncle. I be ready to kill somebody. I swear to God, looking at my niece the wrong way. So and yeah, Eternal's like in a small town, but when it comes to the girls in our family, bro, we'll fuck somebody up. Like I ain't playing that shit. Very defensive of the women. But in general, we gotta protect the women. When my mom was around, I was so defensive around her. I remember there was one time my brother took my mom to an appointment, and the bus driver was sitting there like cussing out my mom for some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Some bus driver was like sitting there getting upset with my mom, and then my brother started cussing this motherfucker out. You know, that's just how we are as men, man. We're defensive of our moms, and we're defensive of our daughters and nieces and aunts and shit. You know, grandmas. You know, even the grandmas be the most rude people, but we still be defending. You know what I'm saying? My mom thinks you live in Boston. That's why she said, "Oh, I see what you're saying." If she knew you was far away, she would say, "I see what you're saying." But even then, like we go through the proper channels, man. We'll put some money in your pocket, Jax. Jax, we're gonna put some money in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? And then boom, you do it yourself. That way you can be like, I did it all myself. That way you can brag about it. Eternal says, I need a dash for now. Got chores and get ready for work. Everyone have a great day. Man, Eternal. That's a good dude right there, Eternal. Hey, Eternal, I don't know if you're still here, but I learned some new songs tapping into your shorts and lives. That's what I was saying in the live last night. I was watching Eternal Lights shorts, and I started learning some new music, like the Iola and the Whole My song. I was like, what is this? This is some spiritual music right here. I started tapping in. I started listening to the lyrics or the captions. I was like, this shit is crazy. So I rock with that, man. So I appreciate you, Eternal. I'm always gonna tap into your channel. You know I'm sub. You know I'm sub to your channel. You know, but you have a great day. I forgot you're on a different time zone. I'm sorry, bro. That song is stuck in my head. You said you're addicted to that. That song is stuck in my head now. And I was watching the music video too. I was like, whoa, I like this. It got me tapped in. Something inside. You know, like I'm a different culture than them, but I'm that spiritual feeling of like, oh, they're tapped in with their culture. It had me feeling a bit of my stuff in my heart. I was like, oh, this is that shit right here. I don't know what it is, but this is it. So yeah, thank you, Eternal. I might end this soon too. Hold on, let me check something. Yeah, I'm gonna check out of here in a second, man. You know, I'm gonna wrap it up and say vibrational harmony. That's what it is. That's the term, bro. Vibrational harmony. That's what I like to hear. Excuse me. Got the coffee burps, but yeah, man. That something about that had me tapped in. Something about that had me locked in for a little bit. I was like, I like this, man. I like this music. Whatever this is, whatever this feeling is, this spiritual feeling, this I don't know what the word is, bro. It's like it's something deep, something deep. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think. Last time I had something like that in terms of hip hop, I think DMX has that. DMX has that primal energy. DMX is my goat in terms of hip hop, but it's like it's just primal energy, man. It's just that feeling where it's just like, yeah, this makes me feel alive and human. You know what I'm saying? Purposeful. It makes me feel purposeful as well. So that's what's really dope. You know, things like that. But yeah, all right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here too because I'm over at the library just hovering around, you know, lurking outside. I'm gonna get in there. Blessings to joy throughout your day, everyone. Yep, everybody. I think we're both out here right now. I'm about to get inside the library finally. But yeah, Eternal, thank you for dropping in. Jax, we're gonna try to get you paid. Riz, thank you for dropping in. Let me get through the line here. Riz was up in here. Pablo dropped in. What's going on, Pablo? Pablo Quarzon. How am I saying that right? You know, Cash Artist. Shout out to Cash Artist. Check out Cash Artist content. You can find their name on Twitch and YouTube. That Fish. Yep, this guy That Fish was up in here. Let's go. What else we got? Dev IDK, all from the Philippines. Yep. Thank you for dropping in. Caitlin 400 was here, just hanging out, listening. Caitlin, if you're still listening, yeah, you gotta love your parents, man. They're just looking out for you. They're just looking out for you. You know what I'm saying? Man, I gotta go all the way to the top. Pele dropped in. Thank you, Pele, for dropping in. Pele left me a comment this morning. He said, "Go live." I was like, "All right, I got I'm about to go live anyway. Let's go." Gabriella Johnson, thank you for asking me how I was doing. Lewis 420, just do it with the Nikes. Let's go. JSI OQO Jasikro. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Tony Savachia. Yeah, bro. Oh, and then Roscoe dropped in. Let's go. Yeah, what I was gonna say was so the title of almost forgot to say that. I didn't even address it the whole video. Bro, I relapsed this morning, and what I was saying when I meant about relapse was I listened to Tupac, hit him up. I was listening to Tupac hit him up, and I told myself because my cousin turned that shit on like a couple years ago. My cousin, she loves Tupac. She was a big Tupac fan. She was crying when he died and shit. It was back in '96, and I remember a couple years ago, it's like 2022 or 21 or some shit. She turned on some Tupac, hit him up, and I'm like, man, turn that shit off. I don't want to hear that shit. And she's like, what? I was like, I don't want to hear that shit, man. It's like, it's it's like I used to listen to that shit so much growing up, and the lyrics are hella filthy. Don't get me wrong, that shit is right up my alley, but it's so negative. And then like, dude was just getting on Biggie's life. I was like, bro, I can't listen to this shit no more, man. I'm just like, I'm a little grown past it right now. I can't do it no more. So I'm really sad about that. But this morning, I happened to re-listen to the whole song again. I knew all the lyrics, and I was like, bro, I'm mad that I know all the lyrics. But when I said relapse, that's what I meant. I went back to listening to some Tupac hit 'em up. I normally don't fuck with that shit, but I was like, yeah, I can't even be on this type of time. I can't be on this frequency right now, but here we are, man. Back on the frequency. So I might readjust the settings on the name of the live chat. But yeah, all right, y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace. That's all I wanted to address. Thank y'all for dropping in. Yep.